Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to look at unexpected maintenance hours. In this particular scenario, a plane is in for annual inspection. We've gone through the checklist and we've noted everything about the airplane, changes to it, and then we're going to go look at the logbook inspection to make sure that the changes on the airplane are reflected in the logs, and we're also going to examine the logs to make sure that all the paperwork for the airplane, i.e. the STCs and 337s, are indeed current and the work has been done on the airplane as documented in the paperwork. So stay tuned for some more fun with this.
So we would like to ask you please subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the notify to stay current with our content.
So the one big discrepancy that we found was that somewhere in the past, LED lighting had been installed on the airplane. That means the landing light was now LED, the wingtips and wingtip strobes were LED, and the tail beacon up on the rudder was an LED. There was a minimal log entry for it, and there was no record of a weight and balance change after replacing all those parts. The minimal log entries didn't talk about a weight and balance change, but upon further examination, we found a few more things about the change. Now, the wingtips and the landing light were TSO'd for our airplane, so it's not a problem. The rudder beacon was a Welland strobe, not TSO'd for us. Probably installed by a Cessna or a Piper or Beechcraft mechanic, because Welland rudder beacons and the strobes are TSO'd for those aircraft. But there was no 337 for it, and there was no rudder rebalance after the install of the new strobe after replacing the flash and beacon. Both no-nos, and again, so now we got to take a look at what's it going to take to fix all this. So you're looking at about 2 hours of paperwork for a correct log entry and a 337 to be filed with the FAA, as well as a copy for the logbooks of the aircraft. And then the rudder's going to have to be rebalanced, depending upon how hard it is to take that rudder off the airplane and the ensuing work with the bearings and the brackets and the hardware. It may take 8+ hours to do all of that. But then once it's all done, the airplane will be legal again. And again, ladies and gentlemen, there was no chance of this airplane falling out of the sky. It was in perfectly good shape. It's just that the paperwork was a little bit out of the ordinary, and that's what the FAA is really focusing on these days, that the paperwork matches the airplane. So we hope you found all this useful and informative. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you're having fun with your Grumman.
You know, forget buying expensive toys for your kittens and cats. We find that just taking the aircraft spruce box and the paper on the tile floor is more than enough amusement for them for hours.